Hi, I wanted to do one last tutorial to remind you how to get to the school databases. So in order to start, you go to the school website, which is ghs.sau73.org. You click on the button that says Media Center, and this will take you to the Media Center's web page. And what I would actually do is I would familiarize yourself with getting used to this database process, looking at all the cool databases that the school has. When students ask to do research, and I know your first instinct is to go to the internet, actually use the databases first. You're going to find that they have an exhaustive amount of information, and most of them have been screened by professional organizations, so they are reliable resources. As always, though, any resource you look at, always look at critically. The three that I'm going to talk about are EBSCO, Encyclopedia Britannica, and Gale eBook. Now, when I go into these, I'm not going to discuss the password to get in due to the fact that this is in a public domain, but you have a slip of paper. And you also have been told over and over what these passwords should be. If you can't remember, please don't hesitate to email me. So the first one I want to go into is EBSCO. The username, which I can tell you, and then which is Guilford, and then the password you type in and click login. Now, EBSCO, think of it like a really large bank of all these different places you can go to do research. What I would recommend for your research is to click on this option called Explora for grades 9 through 12. And what this is a bunch of articles and compilation of professional research that will help you find information. So if I was looking on something on the Roman Colosseum, I could type it in and it will come up with any relevant articles that are related to the Roman Colosseum. Now, your job as a critical reader is to scan down and look at articles that you'd like to use. When you find one, so I like this one right here, I would click on HTML full text, and this is going to give me the full text option. Now, there's a lot of cool features to EBSCO. You can listen to it, it can be read to you. You'll notice off to the side you can print it, you can save it in a folder. You have the ability to export it to Word so you can print it off. And it also gives you your citation options. Now, this does not mean you can copy and paste this, but if you scroll down to where it says MLA, this is all the information you should be putting into EasyBib. And in this case, it would be actually cited as a journal. So this is something that we didn't talk about in the tutorial video, but if you go to EasyBib and type in journal, it'll walk you through how to do it. Okay, but that's pretty cool. And you also see your in-text citation here, which is Baker. So any facts that I pull from here, this is a great resource. And once again, reliable in the sense that EBSCO has Explora, has professionals that have gone through and it's peer edited. So that's the EBSCO feature. I'm going to go back to the school website and once again click on Media Center, and this time I'm going to go to my second resource, which is Encyclopedia Britannica. Now I'm already logged in. Once again, don't forget your username. It's a public domain and I don't want to give it out to the world. But in Britannica, you can choose the middle or high option. I'm going to go to the high option, and once again, you can type in whatever your topic is. For sake of consistency, I'm going to use Roman Colosseum. The more you can narrow your search, the better your search in Britannica will be. Now, you're going to notice up here these tabs, level 1, 2, and 3. If you find that the article is too difficult to read, I would recommend you hit level 2. But you're going to also notice some cool features. Because we pay for this, we actually have the ability to get images. This is a great place to get images that are actually copyright okay to use when you do your presentation. There are videos as well that may be relevant, which you can watch and get information. There's a dictionary if you come across any words that you don't understand. So there's some really cool features here that you can access. I'm going to go back to the articles, and I'm going to click on the first article about the Roman Colosseum. And I'm going to scroll down and you're going to notice they have a bunch of features as you read. When you do your citation, it's really important that you keep in mind this should be cited as an encyclopedia, as I showed you in the tutorial video on EasyBib. Your article title is Colosseum. Your publisher or online database is going to be Britannica School. And normally you'll find it'll say down here article contributors. If there is no article contributor, you will leave your author area blank. The other place that can help you know how to cite correctly is if you click the little cite button here, and you can actually get all the information you need. So right here it tells us we don't have an author, so my internal citation would actually be Colosseum. But all of this stuff that you see here should be inputted into EasyBib in the encyclopedia article online database option. Please make sure you do that, and then your internal citation would be Colosseum. Any facts that you get from here, if it's directly quoted, make sure to put quotation marks. If not, it needs to be put in paraphrased with internal citation. You also have the feature up here to have it translated. You can print it off, you can email it, you can favorite it, or you can have it read to you, which is kind of a fun option if you're really tired. Okay, so that's Britannica. The last one that I want to show you is back to Media Center, is Gale eBooks Library. So in this case, once again, I have inputted it because I don't want to tell it to the world. If you're not sure, please email me. And this is our vast library of thousands of compilations of books. So once again, the more you can narrow your search, the better it's going to be. If you type in Roman architecture and engineering, you're going to come up with way too much. Narrow your search to something more specific, like the Via Appia, Roman roads, ancient Roman aqueducts. Try to be as specific as possible. Once again, for the sake of consistency with the others, I'm going to do the Roman Colosseum. And what you're going to notice is it comes up with a series of chapters in books that might help me learn about the Colosseum. And your job is to kind of skim through, reading these little blurbs right here and seeing if there's anything that pertains to you. Now, for the sake of choosing, the more you narrow your search, the less options you're going to have up here, and you're not going to have to skim through thousands and thousands of articles. Now, I see that this says Colosseum, so logically, I'm going to assume it's probably a book I want to take a look at. Once again, you have a listening option here, and you can actually have it read to you, which is kind of cool. You can scan down the article. You'll notice images here that you can use and cite as an image if you decide to put it in your presentation. You have a citation tool up here again. If you click citation, it will actually show you how to cite an MLA. And once again, you can actually export this to EasyBib, which is the coolest feature because that means you don't have to input. You can simply send it to your folder that you're working in. I've been trying to push you to use this. I would encourage you to, but it's up to you. You can also save it into Google Drive if you like and then export the feature later. So what a cool feature to think about. So you click export and then you can click on your, and look what it did. It put it into EasyBib for me and I didn't have to do anything. So as long as you're logged into EasyBib, it should work. Make sure you log into EasyBib first, otherwise it will not. You can actually highlight parts of it and take notes. Because you're using it, it's a one-time use thing though. So after you leave, it will not save your highlights. Be aware of that. But at least if you're reading and you keep the screen open and there's facts that you're trying to get, you can come back later and get them. So if you highlight, you can highlight accordingly and then click highlight and click your color and it will stay that color. Once I leave though, it will not be highlighted again. If you click on the more options up here, there's some cool things. If you come across a word you don't know, you can click dictionary and actually have it define the word for you, which is kind of neat. Especially if you're reading something and you come across a word that's a Roman word that you're not familiar with. But eBooks has also added this new feature down at the bottom, where it will actually, you can click on articles where if it mentions something in the articles or it's related to the item, you can actually click it and it will take you to a different article that Gale believes best helps you. They also now in the reading will define words that they think you may not know if it's something pertaining to Rome, like the word gladiator or tier, and it shows it down here at the bottom. So ebooks are such a cool feature, and like I said, there are thousands of books and articles to pull from. So, and the best part is the citation tool, you can export it directly to EasyBib. All right, so those are the databases you can use for research. Let me know if you have any question as always, and good luck with your project.